name is Nicholas. Welcome to today's practice. If you have a strap, it might come in handy for today. I'll show a few different poses. If you don't have a strap, then maybe a belt, or if you have even some string, a long tube sock, anything like that. And then a couple hard blocks normally come in handy, especially if you're a little tighter in the hips, soft block for cushioning, for sitting off of, and anything else you like to have to practice, go for it. I'll invite you to get started in a tall seat today, so choose any comfortable seated expression. If you like to sit up off of a prop, go for it. You might choose cross-legged, or if there's a different expression, find something that feels really comfortable, that you can ground down, that you can settle in. As you find your shape, notice the hips, maybe a gentle rock side to side. If you like, you might scoop the flesh of the bum out of the way to better connect the sit bones to the floor. And then start to lengthen the spine here, start to soften the shoulders. Find a comfortable place for the hands. And then if it feels okay to close down the eyes, go for it. As you settle in, start to notice the quality of your breathing. Notice your headspace, see where that's at. Does it feel busy or quiet or something else? As you're ready, gently invite the breath to deepen. With each inhale, starting to explore a sense of space in the body. This might feel like a little extra length in the spine or a little extra room across the chest or shoulders. Might feel like the belly is expanding a little bit. And then with each exhale, grounding, softening. Before we start to move the body, check in to see what you need the most from your practice today. Maybe you like to take it easy a little bit, add some breaks in when you need, choose the more gentle variation of the poses that we're taking. Likewise, if you like to add on and build on, then go for it. Make the practice whatever you need it to be. And when you feel ready to move the body, gently flutter the eyes open. And if you're sitting in cross-legged position, release the legs for a moment, maybe give them a little shake out. We'll stay in a seat a little while longer, so if you were cross-legged, maybe switch the cross of the legs. If you'd like to change up your seat altogether, go for it. And take an inhale breath, shrug the shoulders up to the ears, and then let that go. And 2 more rounds. Last one. Now take an inhale breath, reach the arms up to the ceiling, and then keep the left arm lifted, lower the right hand down to your side. And with an inhale breath, stretch that whole left side. As you exhale, arc over towards the right and pause. So keep that left hip nice and heavy, keep the left fingertips reaching. If you prefer to bend the elbow here, go for it. Breathe length into that whole left side. Imagine a little extra room in between each rib. And the next time you inhale, reach both arms back up to the ceiling. As you exhale, left hand finds the floor. Inhale breath, lengthen the right side, and arc over. Whatever expression works best with that top arm, listen to the shoulder as well, keep that space for the chest. Breathe into the whole right side. Inhale breath, come all the way up, reach up, and then pause for a moment, soften just the shrug muscles here. Now inhale, reach top. And as you exhale, twist towards your right, let the fingertips land wherever they land, so maybe it's floor or leg. And take an inhale breath as you arrive, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, you might even twist a little deeper. If you like to take the gaze over that right shoulder, go for it. The next time you inhale, unravel back to center, reach the arms up, and then twist to the left as you exhale. And take that first breath to settle yourself in, to grow your spine, and then breathe here for a few deep breaths. The next time you inhale, unravel, reach the arms up. And then release the arms, give them a shake out, release the legs, give them a shake out, maybe a rock side to side for the feet. And then when you're ready, we'll roll over the knees and swing the legs around, come to a tabletop position. And sit yourself up, hands roughly under the shoulders, knees roughly under the hips. If the knees are sensitive, you're welcome to add an extra fold to your mat, maybe a little extra padding. And from here, as you inhale, let the belly sag down, lift the heart space, lift the tailbone. As you exhale, press the palms to the floor and dome the upper back. And cat-cow, take a few rounds with your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. You can keep the movement exactly like this, but if your body's asking for anything extra, feel free to add on here. Maybe turning head, swaying hips, or circling belly. We're here for a couple more breaths. If you've added something with 2 sides, just make sure you have even time on both. Coming back to center as you feel ready to find your flat back. And then with an inhale, reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, thread the left arm underneath the right and settle that left shoulder, left side of the head down to the floor. Check in here, notice where the hips are in space. If they've swayed out towards the right, see if you can hug them back to midline. And if the head, neck, or shoulder could use a little more support, feel free to slide a prop in. You can stay exactly here. If everything feels secure through the neck and you want to release the right hand for a half bind, then go for it. Notice where you're feeling the stretch the most. Imagine that you can send the breath into the shoulders. And if the right hand is somewhere other than the floor, bring it back down. The next time you inhale, unravel, reach the left arm back up to the ceiling, and then left hand to the floor. We'll set the second side, right arm reaches, inhale, and then thread the right arm through as you exhale. And start off by checking in with the hips, notice where they are in space. Add that support for head, neck, or shoulders, wherever you need. And then if everything is secure, this time maybe left hand, match whatever you did on the right side. And then left hand finds the floor once again. Inhale, unravel, reach the right arm up for your counter twist. And then right hand to the floor. And set the hands roughly under the shoulders. And from here, we'll step the left foot outside of the left hand. The setting for a lizard lunge. If you like to shift the right knee back a little bit, go for it. If the floor is a little far away and you like to use a block under each hand, then go for that. And then we'll take a few circles here with the hips. So pick a direction, take a few rounds one side, and then when you're ready, switch directions for the other side. Just to check in with the hips, noticing if there are any sticky spots you want to look out for. And as you're ready, slowing that down, coming back to your lizard lunge. And a slightly different movement now as you inhale, puff the chest up, lift the gaze up. And as you exhale, stick the bum back, extend that left leg any amount. And a few times like this, inhaling forward. And exhale, hips back. Last couple. Last one. Inhaling, coming back to lunge. And then step the left leg back to your tabletop. Straight away, we'll set the right foot outside the right hand for the second side. The side may feel different. If you need to adjust something, go for it. And then a few circles with the hips in each direction. Find a range of motion that feels good to you. And once again, so slowing down your circles when you're ready, coming back to your lizard. Inhale, breath, puff the chest up, lift the gaze, the heart. Exhale, hips back, right leg extends. Inhaling forward, lengthen front body. And exhale back, lengthen back body. A few more. Exit a little differently this time. The next time you inhale, come back to your lunge. And from here, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Take an inhale breath, lengthen the body, and step the left foot outside of the left hand. We'll set up a squat pose. So standing squat is there if that's a better option for you. If it feels okay to start to dip the hips down, go for it. Maybe blocks for the bum for a little extra support. Find your version of the shape if you want to keep the hands down, especially for balance, and that might be a good choice. Otherwise, hands to prayer if you like. Press the palms to help find a little more room for the chest. Knees pressing into the elbows to help stabilize around the pelvis. And if you feel steady, maybe close down your eyes. Notice the space from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Keep breathing length there. If the eyes are closed, gently flutter them open. We'll lower the bum to the floor, so you might bring one hand behind you and then the other. Move any props out of the way. And lower down. Give the knees a gentle windshield wiper side to side. Before we move on, have your props handy, just in case you need anything where we're going. And from here, we'll set up both pose, so bring the soles of the feet down, maybe scoop the flesh of the bum out of the way. If the tailbone's a little sensitive, maybe use a soft block. Hands to the knees to begin with, lengthen the spine here, a little softness for the shoulders. Now keep breathing into that length, tailbone to crown. You can stay exactly here, or you can come to tippy toes. If you like, you can lift the shins up parallel to the floor, maybe beyond if you have room. Maybe you roll out and come back up. Hands can stay on the knees for support the whole time. If you want more challenge, you can release them. And then keep breathing into that length, that space across the chest. Notice what the forehead's doing, the jaw, if they're starting to clench, maybe you can give them a little wiggle, like, and soften them. Maybe closing down the eyes to challenge the balance. And as you're ready, release the feet to the floor. Gently round the chest onto the thighs, the arms around the legs. If you need a little more room, take the feet wider. And again, let the head hang heavy and give yourself a gentle rock side to side. Awesome. And then as you're ready, come on up. We'll extend the legs long down the mat. I'm going to sit up off of a prop. If it feels effortful to hold your spine up, then I suggest you add a little height to the hips as well. And from here, we'll take the left foot to the inside of, or the right foot, sorry, to the inside of the left leg, finding almost like tree shape with the legs. And if your right knee floats, then you might choose to support that with a prop as well. Now start off to lengthen the spine, ground down through the hips. If the pelvis feels that all uneven, add a little extra height. And from here, we'll prepare to fold. So maybe hands along sides for support. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, start to hinge your way forward and stop when you feel like you're starting to round with the spine. And the next time you inhale, come part way up, lengthen. As you exhale, fold in any amount. And a couple more pulses like that. Inhale to lift and lengthen. And exhale to fold in. Last two. You can always bend the left knee as much as you need here as well. The next time you exhale and fold over the leg, we'll pause for a few breaths. If it feels okay to let the head hang heavy, go for it. If you like to round the upper back, if that feels really good to you, go for it as well. Just make sure you're not pulling with the arms if you are rounding the spine. Breathe into whatever you're feeling through that left hamstring especially, maybe the left hip as well. All right, the next time you inhale, come on up. You can use the hands for support, and then pause here for a moment. We'll bring the left foot to the floor, or the right foot, right hand behind, and reach the left arm to the ceiling. Take a deep inhale, and then twist towards the right. Wrap the arm around the knee any way you like. Now keep the belly toned here. You might imagine hugging the belly button away from the right thigh for support. If the floor is a little far away behind you, you can always use a prop for that as well. Awesome. The next time you inhale, unravel back to center, and then pause for a moment. Now this is where a strap might come in handy. We're going to twist with the left leg extended, and we'll twist towards the left, so a little different to what we did just now. A few different options for this. Right knee can stay bent as it is. You could also bring it down to the side if that feels more stable for you. You could also extend it if you like. I'm going to show two different options of this. I suggest using the strap. I find it's easier to keep a tall spine depending on your proportions as well. So the first option will be to loop the strap around the left foot. You can take the strap in the right hand. The left leg stays down the whole time, and we twist towards the left. The second option will have the left leg lifted. So I'm going to show both of these. So you can start by lifting the leg up. Use your right hand to catch both ends of the strap, wherever feels comfortable. If you're going for the foot, I would suggest pinky toe edge of the foot. And wherever you are, take an inhale, lengthen the spine, and then as you exhale, twist towards the left. Now left hand maybe comes to the low back, and just see what's going on there. Does it feel flat right above the bum, or does it feel a little uneven, twisted? Maybe that left shoulder can roll back. Maybe you want to take the gaze towards the back wall to twist further up the spine as well. And take a couple of deep breaths here. Keep the left foot strong, pressing into the strap as well. All right, the next time you inhale, come back to center, and then release the strap, the leg, give everything a little tap out, give the arms a little shake out as well. And then when you're ready, we'll take the left foot to the inside of the right leg, left knee out towards the left, and maybe support it. And take a moment to settle the hips, to lengthen the spine. Take a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, hinge forward any amount. Inhale, partway lift, lengthen, and fold. A couple more. Last pulse like this. And as you exhale, settle in for a few deep breaths. Adjust anything you need. It's always a pain-free expression, so if there is pinching anywhere going on in the body, gently back out. Maybe the head hangs heavy. The next time you inhale, slowly come back up. And then pause. Left foot to the floor, left knee to the ceiling, left hand behind you. And take an inhale, reach up. And then twist toward the left, right arm around the knee, any way you like. And think of the first side, mirror the blueprint of whatever you did there, but if the side feels a little different, feel free to support yourself with different props. Spine stays tall, chest stays proud. Maybe the gaze turns towards the back wall. And the next time you inhale, come back to center, pause here. Whatever expression you took on the first side, so maybe you kept the right leg lowered, maybe you'll lift it up. See what you want to do with the left leg as well. If you're using the strap, loop the right foot right around the ball of the foot, somewhere that feels steady. And then both ends of the strap to the left hand this time. Spine stays tall, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, turn towards the right. Again, that check-in with the low back, make sure things feel even here. If you want to reach the right arm, go for it. And take a few deep breaths, keep that right foot pressing into the strap as a counterweight. All right, take an inhale breath, come back to center, release the leg, and give everything a little shake out. All right, we're going to combine some of those shapes now and take a twisted boat shape. So for starters, see what you prefer with your boat. If you normally do boat without a prop, then you might choose to do the same here. A little bit trickier getting into it, so we'll actually use a strap and loop the foot first. I'll show you where we're going. So start off with the right leg extended long, and then we're going to loop the left foot with a strap. And just like before, lift the left leg up and both ends of the strap to the right hand. Now you can stay with the same expression we did the first round, or if you're adding the second leg, this is where it gets a little tricky. I lean back onto that left hand to lift the right leg up, and then thread it through so that you're crossing your ankles. And then come back. You might need a little more slack here, and it's okay if the legs want to come lower as well. Just keep that left foot pressing into the strap, the right arm steady holding the strap up. If you fall out, no big deal, just come on back. And then we'll set up for that same type of twist. So take a moment, puff up the chest, lengthen the spine, and then with an exhale, twist towards the left. Now the left hand can stay down the whole time for support. More challenge to float it, choose an expression. And then a few deep breaths here. Make sure you're breathing, whatever the shape looks like, whether it's wobbling, it's all good. All right, the next time you inhale, come back to center, release, and give that right hand a little shake out, the left. If the legs need a little shake out, go for it. We'll set up the same way, so this time loop the right foot. Right leg extends both under the strap to the left. Maybe you're leaning back on the right hand so you can thread the left leg through. And then this side may feel different. So again, you might stay with the right hand down, maybe you lift up, maybe the legs come down, maybe a little more slack. See what you need. Take a deep inhale and then twist. Maybe a check-in with the low back, whatever arm expression you took on the first side. All right, the next time you inhale back to center, release. And give everything that needs a shake out a good shake out. And we'll set up for a counter pose. So you can set the hands just behind the hips. Now fingers can point forward, to the side, or behind you, so see what feels best for the wrists. And then two options. One is to keep the legs extended with the heels down. One, which will be maybe the slightly easier of the two, will be to work with bent knees. And we're working with reverse tabletop, so for starters, the hips can stay down the whole time. Maybe you're inhaling to puff up the chest and staying here, working with lengthening the spine. Or as you're ready, hands and feet press down, and from either variation, take an inhale, lift the pelvis towards the ceiling any amount. Now, chin can stay tucked here, gaze can lift. If it feels okay to let the head hang back, go for it. And then take a few deep breaths. You can come out anytime, but while you are in the pose, keep the pelvis lifted, keep the hands and feet pressing down. When you're ready, gently lowering the hips back down to the floor. Keep the bend to the knees, chest to the thighs, arms around the knees. Let the head hang, give yourself a rock. And as you pause here, notice your breath. And take that scan of the body, check in. Notice your headspace, see what you need right here. And the option is here to stay a little while longer. Or as you feel ready to, making your way back up. And we'll swing the legs around, come to a tabletop position. Your tabletop, inhale, belly sags, heart space lifts, and exhale, round in. A few rounds, your breath, your cat-cow. As you're ready, coming back to your tabletop position. And from here, we'll step the left foot forward between the hands, setting up a low lunge. So back toes untucked or tucked to begin with. You can pad the back knee if you need to. When you're ready, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. When you arrive, pause for a moment, adjust whatever you need, soften the shoulders. Now we'll bend the right arm, catch the right shoulder or the left shoulder with the right hand, and left hand to the right elbow. Now make sure you feel grounded and stable through the pelvis. You can always take the left foot to the left a few inches, and take a deep inhale here, and then arc over towards the left as you exhale. Inhale, center, and same side. Once more. Now inhale, come on up, and guide the right elbow outside of the left knee. Palm open like you're holding a tray here, and maybe left hand joins the right. Press the palms together. See if you can peel the chest open a little bit further. Now you can stay exactly here, or if you're coming with me, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Make the back leg super strong. Really press the ball of the foot to the floor. Now look towards the floor to find your balance. See if you can do this staying in the twist. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, we'll step the right foot to join the left, twisted chair pose. And stay a little while longer. Adjust the feet as needed. Now take a deep inhale. Stay, exhale. Inhale, unravel to center, stay in chair. And then twist towards the right, left elbow outside the right knee. Now stay for 3 deep breaths. You can always lift the bum a little higher, dip a little deeper. And stay here, last inhale, and exhale. Now inhale, unravel to center, and then hinge and fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift, and sigh. Twice more. Last one, noisiest one. We'll take about 8 breaths here. If you're happy in a forward fold, choose your favorite expression, stillness or movement. If you'd rather set up squat, you can take the variation we did earlier or a different one altogether. If you want to rest in standing, go for it. If you want to find child's pose, go for it. Be wherever you need to be for the next 6 to 8 breaths. When you do feel ready, start to make your way back to a tabletop position. Your hands roughly under the shoulders, knees roughly under the hips, and just a couple rounds of cat-cow here. Maybe nice and slow, maybe keeping the eyes closed. Back to center. When you feel ready, we'll step the right foot forward between the hands. And set up your low lunge expression, second side, and take a moment, find your balance, find that stability through the pelvis, and reach the arms up. And then we'll bend the left elbow here, left hand to the right shoulder, right hand cups the left elbow. And take a deep inhale, and arc right. Inhale, center. And same side. Once more. Now inhale, come on up. And then twist towards the right, left elbow outside of the right knee. Palm open to begin with. And then stay here for a moment. Build that connection, elbow to the knee, right hand to the left. Press the palms together to see if you can breathe a little more room for the heart space. And then notice the legs here. Bring the gaze to the floor for balance. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Now make the back leg super strong. You can always hop it a little closer if you need to. But looking down, take a deep inhale. As you exhale, step that left foot to join the right twisted chair. Deep inhale. And exhale. Once more. Now inhale to center. And then twist left. And connect right elbow, left knee, really press them together. Palms stay connected. Last couple deep breaths here. And the next time you inhale, unravel. And hinge forward, forward fold. Halfway lift. And sigh. Inhale, lengthen. And flutter the lips like... Once more. And see what you need for the next 8 or so breaths. Eventually we'll meet up in standing, so if you like to head straight there, go for it. Otherwise, rest wherever you need to between now and then. Wherever you are, when you feel ready, any way you like, make your way up to stand. When you arrive, set up your mountain pose, so whatever distance between the feet is the most stable for you. Lift and spread the toes, lower them a little distance. The feet are pressing down, the spine is lifted, the shoulders soft. Maybe palms are open to the front, maybe eyes closed down. Feel ready to move again. Flutter the eyes, wiggle the fingers and the toes. Now if you have your strap, pick that up to have it handy. And we'll play with a standing balance pose similar to that twisted boat that we took earlier. If you like to be close to a wall, then go for it. Or if you're on a carpet, on a mat, and it feels like really wobbly, then maybe choose to step somewhere onto a firmer surface. And then as you're ready, lift and spread the left toes. Lower them with a little distance in between, and then we'll transfer the weight onto the left foot to lift the right leg to center. I'll try and show a couple alternatives to this pose as well. For starters, if you're working hand to knee, if that's a better option than hand to foot, then go for it. And like I said earlier, I prefer to use a strap because I find that I can keep my chest more upright, my spine more upright. If you like to take hand to foot, then you might be grabbing for the pinky toe edge. Otherwise, for the strap, bring it to the ball of the right foot, and then extend the right leg forward. You can have one end of the strap in each hand to begin with. And then find your balance, find a gaze point, and take both ends of the strap into the left hand. Now maybe right thumb to the right hip crease. You might press it down a little bit. Maybe check in with the low back. See that the pelvis feels level. The tendency will be for the right side to be higher than the left. Now take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, start to turn the chest towards the right any amount. And maybe that right arm reaches back. Keep the right foot pressing into the strap. If you like to challenge the balance, maybe turn the gaze towards the back wall as well. Now make sure you're breathing. We're here for 4 deep breaths. All right, inhale, unravel, and then release. Let the strap go. Give the left leg a good shake out. Maybe a shake out for the right leg, a shake out for the arms. Awesome, and then when you're ready, we'll set up the second side. So start off, lift and lower the right toes with a little distance in between. Take your balance to that right side, take your weight there. And then we'll lift the left knee up. Same variations, whatever you did on the first side. Maybe strap to the ball of the left foot this time. Take a moment to extend the leg, find your balance, level out the hips. And then as you're ready, straps to the right hand. Keep the left foot kicking, take a deep inhale, and then twist towards the left. Same options for the left arm. Same options for the gaze as well. Turn it forward, turn it back. If you wobble out of the pose, just come back. And whatever you're doing, make sure you're still breathing. Last breath. And then inhale, unravel, and release. Give everything that needs it a little shake out. If you need to make a little noise, a little flutter. And then come and find your stillness for a couple of breaths. Find your mountain pose, close down the eyes. And if you find your stillness, check in. Maybe you're still feeling an echo of the pose. Maybe you're feeling your pulse, your energy. Notice where the headspace at. Notice where the breath is at. And then gently flutter the eyes, wiggle the fingers and the toes. And set the feet a little bit wider, maybe as wide as the mat. And start to bend the knees and we'll head towards a squat. Hands to the floor, hands to prayer, elbows pressed to the knees. Choose your option. Add support wherever you need it. Maybe close down the eyes. When you're ready, lower one hand behind you, then the other. Bring the bum down to the floor. Maybe release the legs for a moment, a tap for the backs of the knees or a windshield wiper. We'll set a butterfly pose, so bring the soles of the feet together, the knees nice and wide, and then see what props you like to have nearby. Maybe a soft block to sit up off of, maybe blocks for the knees. Now, if you feel ready, you can set yourself up any way you like. You can choose to stay with a tall spine. You can hinge straight into butterfly. If you like, you can play with where the feet are as well. Bring them a little closer to the pelvis or a little further away. See what feels best for your body. Whenever you're ready, finding your expression, whatever that looks like. The more yin version of the pose will actually have you rounding the back, maybe chin in towards the chest. So if you like that kind of stretch, if that feels good for the back body, then choose it. But keep the hands soft, maybe palms towards the ceiling. If you're choosing to fold with a flat back, that's great too. Pause wherever feels best for you. Breathe into whatever sensations you're finding. If you do feel pinching or anything that you would describe as pain, then back out till you can no longer feel that. And whatever your expression, if it feels okay to let the head hang heavy, go for it. you feel ready, with an inhale breath, start to lift yourself back up. And maybe lean back on the hands or use the hands to guide the knees together. Maybe windshield wiper for a counter stretch. Maybe point the chin towards the ceiling, stretch out the throat. And then as you're ready from here, hop off of your prop. You can move your blocks over to the side. And we'll head down towards the back. So strap and all your props might be handy where we're going. So keep them nearby. And then any way you like to come down, more challenge, come through boat pose and lower, or hands to knees and bring yourself down a little more quickly. And take your time to make your way down. Take your time to get set up here. And bring the feet roughly underneath the knees. And then we'll lift the left leg up, cross the left ankle over the right knee for a figure four shape. And you can stay exactly here. You can reach for the right hamstring, maybe the right shin. If you have your strap nearby and you'd rather use the strap, then you can do the same. The advantage of using the strap, depending on your proportions, is that you might keep the shoulders a little more grounded for this. Also, the option, if you like a little more sensation through the hamstring, is to loop the strap to the foot and extend the right leg towards the ceiling. Whatever your expression looks like, breathe into it. If you like a gentle rock side to side, then go for it. And then gently release the right foot to the floor, release the left foot. We'll set up the second side, right ankle over left knee, and check in with this side. Mirror whatever expression you did on the first side. Stillness, moving. And gently release the left foot to the floor, release the right foot. And then from here, make sure you have your hard blocks nearby. You can set one up kind of near the right hip. And then from here, scoot the hips over to the left a few inches, extend the right leg long, and bring the left knee towards the chest. So left knee and the right hand start to guide that left knee across the body, and then see where the prop is. Maybe you can use it to support the left knee. Notice if the left shoulder is lifting off the floor. That's not a bad thing, but if you do want to support the left shoulder, then maybe you'll add a prop there as well. And then whatever you're choosing here, make sure that the arms feel comfortable. If you want them somewhere on the body for support, go for it. If you like cactus or T-shape, then go for that. Stay in the twist a little while longer. You can always exit sooner if you need to. But from your twist, if you'd like to add the stretch for the neck, you might take the head over to the right an inch, and then turn the gaze down towards the left. the head is turned, bring it back to center first. With a tone to the belly, start to unravel the legs back to midline. And bend both of your knees, scoot the hips to the middle, then over to the right a few inches. Extend the left leg long. Bring the right knee towards the chest, and then with the left hand, start to guide it across the body, landing it onto your prop or wherever this side takes you. It's okay if this side feels a little different. Maybe it needs a slightly different expression than the first side. Try to find the arm expression that feels best here as well. And if you added the neck twist on the first side, take the head an inch to the left and lower the gaze down to the right. And the head returns to center first. Gently unravel the legs. And scoot the hips to midline. And bend your knees once again, feet roughly underneath the knees. We'll set up a restorative bridge shape, so have your hard blocks nearby, feet roughly underneath the knees. And then from here, as you're ready, lift the pelvis up just enough that you can slide one or two blocks somewhere under the pelvis. So think more upper bum area than low back, and wherever you end up, just make sure that it feels really comfortable for you. If there's any pinching or if it feels like it's digging into the low back, it's not going to do you any favors. Once you settle in here, see if there's anything that needs to adjust with the feet, and then find a comfortable position for the arms. Maybe they're on the body, the side of the body. If you like a little more stretch out for the shoulders, maybe find opposite hands or opposite elbows overhead. If it feels okay to close down the eyes, go for it. Breathe into your shape. We have about 1 more minute left in the shape. If you're happy as you are, you can stay exactly as you are. I will offer the expression where we'll extend the legs here. So if you have 2 blocks under the pelvis, then that might feel a little bit high once you go into it. If you want to reduce to just one, go for it. If you're using 1 block on a skinny angle, it might feel a little bit wobbly, so I generally wouldn't recommend that, but just do what you think is best. And from here, if you are extending the legs, you can start to walk the feet forward down the mat. And then once the legs fully extend, again, make sure that the low back feels supported. It might feel nice to release the ankles and just let the feet kind of flop in or out, whatever they want to do. You can also play with the distance between the feet. Sometimes a tiny bit wider than hip distance will feel better, or you can play with narrower. And again, any arm expression you like to add here, go for it. About 1 more minute in the back bend.
And then check in. If you need a little more time in this shape, then you're welcome to stay a little while longer. Otherwise, slowly start to walk the feet back in. Lift the pelvis just enough to slide your props out of the way, and then delicately lower the pelvis down to the floor. And keep all that length from the low back. Take the feet a little wider, and then press the knees in together. And pausing here to let the spine adjust. And keep breathing that length, tailbone to crown. Maybe you're staying exactly as you are for a little while longer. Maybe you want to gently windshield wiper the knees side to side. And from here, our next shape will be Shavasana. So if there's any last quiet shape or movement that your body's asking for, any last kind of stretch, then go for it. Otherwise, for rest today, choose any comfortable symmetrical shape. So maybe it's a starfish shape on the mat. Maybe you'd like to take butterfly legs. Find the arm expression that feels best. If for any reason you're not resting on the back today, then maybe you would come into a seated meditation, child's pose, any quiet, comfortable, symmetrical pose. Take your time to add layers or use any props. Once you do settle yourself in, give the head just a gentle rock side to side. Release any tension from the neck. Give the jaw a little wiggle to release the jaw. If the hands or feet feel a little fidgety, maybe dance the fingers and the toes. Let them settle as well. Returning your breath back to its natural inhale and exhale. Let the body get heavy as you settle yourself into your rest.
gently start to deepen the breath to reawaken the body. Taking that scan from the feet to the head, just noticing what everything feels like. As you feel ready to, start to introduce some small movements once again. Maybe that rock of the head or wiggle of the hips, movement through hands and through feet. You might extend the arms up overhead and give yourself a full body stretch, reaching fingers away from the toes. And then as you're ready, collect the knees into the chest and wrap your arms around the shins. Give yourself a hug and a rock side to side. And then keeping the knees in the chest, bring the hands behind the knees and just gently rock up and down the length of the spine a couple of times, mindful of the neck. Massaging out the back, and then as you feel ready, build up a little momentum and come up to find a seat. And take your time to set up any comfortable seated expression using any of the props that you have for support. And take a moment to ground down whatever's touching the floor, to lengthen the spine, to soften the shoulders. Maybe hands are on the knees, the lap, or wherever they've landed. These last few moments of your practice to check back in with the body, with the breath, and with the mind. Without judgment, just to notice what's going on, what's there. You can leave the hands where they are, collect them in front of the heart, maybe above the chin and towards the chest. Thank you for joining me for practice today. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for practice today. If you have any questions, please reach out to me or shoot me an email. And enjoy the rest of your day. Hope to see you again soon.